What's up, everyone? Welcome back to After the Storm, and we are back with the NHL 2005 Franchise Mode series. We're out of the sixth game of the season, and of course, episode number 6. This time we're facing off against the Edmonton Oilers. A very weak Edmonton Oilers roster in this one. Definitely. Jeez. We previewed them in the last episode. We'll preview them again, this matchup coming up. But obviously, just I don't think they've been horrible. We'll go check them in the standings before we do the matchup. Actually, we'll do the matchup first. Let's do the matchup. So the matchup, taking a look, they're sitting 24th in the NHL. They've been pretty bad. 13th in the conference, sitting last in their division. We've got the advantage pretty much everywhere except the penalty kill and all the overalls. Goalie profiles, of course, Markkanen, not that great. Abisher has been pretty damn good to start the season. So taking a look at their team, Smith, so far, probably one of their best players, of course. Ryan Smith always going to be really their best player. 8 points in 5 games. Horkoff's been pretty good. Steve Stamkos has been pretty decent as well, but it severely drops off from here. Nedved only 2 points, Bergeron only 2. Most of these guys haven't played, but there's a good amount of players that have played this season so far and have, especially a player like Ales Hemsky here, who is one of the better offensive players in the game, especially for the Oilers. Just not, doing much of anything. Brewer, Corey Cross. Ooh, Corey Cross, eh? There's a blast from the past. Nevertheless, just not a great season so far from the Oilers. Let's go check out their goaltending. I'll say that much. Probably not great, because most goalies have looked like they're not great. Markkanen's played all 5 games so far, 1-3-1. 8-3-9. That's a little bit better than I was expecting, but probably the goals against, the big one, nearly 4 goals against per game so far, is not very good. Coming off last episode, though, we didn't have any new emails. We didn't have anything really to look at. Yeah, I think I might play around with the strategies a little bit, because I'm finding our defense is pretty bad. I don't like how I maybe do collapsing instead of staggered or tight point. Because I've noticed so far that not a lot of shots are coming from the points from the AI in this. A lot of our goals have been directly from in front. Probably all of them, honestly. Setting to all out attack is probably not great. Defensive strategies contain puck. Yeah, I don't mind that. Team is at their most aggressive. Well, we're going to go move this to protect net. Because we ideally we would like to see our defenders really get close into the net and hopefully avoid goals that way. Behind the net, I'm going to go crash. And I'm going to do this for all the lines because this feels like the best method, I would say. All the goals right now so far that I've seen mostly are either coming off like shots right in front of the net or just, rebounds or whatever that are also right in front of the net. So, moving the strategy to keeping that puck in front of the net and shooting it, it's probably the best way to go about it. Just little things that we've picked up on by just, watching the last few games. So there's not much else to go over, guys. 4-1-0 on the season. 4 wins in our first 5 games is a great, excellent start. We're on to Game 6 and against the Edmonton Oilers. Live from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, we've got a early season Western Conference matchup, the Avalanche, the Oilers, coming up next. We are ready to go. Game number 6 on the Avalanche's season here. No changes in the lineups yet again. Joel Quenneville sticking with what he's liked so far. The only difference, of course, the big one in net, Abisher back in for Tommy Salo. Ooh, and a penalty upcoming early to the Avalanche in the first minute as York brings it back the other way. York there, maybe a shot. Nope. Bumped off by foot. Tanguay touches that one up. Sakic gonna go off for hooking. Edmonton to the power play. Their power play not clicking so well to start the season. Still under 7%. Not great there. Nikolic made his way into the zone. Oh, he gets the puck back here. Here's Foot. Tied up. Here's Ryan Smith, the leading point scorer for the Edmonton Oilers so far. That pass intercepted by Abisher, and he'll hold. Special teams an area of concern so far, and defensively also for the Colorado Avalanche, coming off a tough game against the Anaheim Ducks in their last one, a 6-2 loss. Looked outmatched pretty much the whole way through that one. It's Voninen brings the puck back the other way. He takes a big hip check there from Smith. Smith turns the puck over though. There's Forsberg back in front. Hayduk looking for Forsberg rather got a secondary shot off there. Both stopped by Markman. Back into the zone. Horkoff finds Torres. Rafi Torres can't get that one through. There's Vonin bringing it in. Takes that hit. Shoves it aside. Not going to escape that one, though. 40 seconds left on the power play for the Oilers. Abisher playing it out. There's Forsberg. Already a shorthanded chance. Takes that hit from Steos. Edmonton back the other way. Here's Horkoff. Tied up. Turns it over. Not a lot of opportunities here so far for the Oilers on this power play as Peter Nedved comes off the bench. Solani dumps it around the boards, and that should do it for the Edmonton power play. Nikolic, his shot wide. Sakic coming out of the box. We're back to even strength. Big hit there from Solani. There's Smith. His shot is not going to get through. Sakic finds Nikolic. Nikolic's shot stopped by Markkanen. Dvorak's shot. An easy stop for Abisher, and he'll hold on. Quenneville animated on the bench. Didn't like that hip check from Jason Smith on Voninen. Gradden against Hemsky in the draw. Gradden takes a bump from Hemsky as he wins it. Here's Konowalchuk. Konowalchuk's shot stopped. Blockered away. Here comes Ulanov back the other way. Ulanov. In the corner, he's checked by Lyles. Lyles, who didn't see much ice time in the game against the Ducks. Gradden finds Hall. Shot. His fourth line as well. Didn't see much time in the Ducks game either. Chris Gradden, notably in that game with the fight in the first period against Burnett. Comes Lyles, back the other way, entering the zone. Stops up, looks for a pass, finds Gradden. Gradden, no shot there. Hall, retrieving it. As the Oilers will break it back out, here's Ryan Smith. Smith will take that hit. And a penalty upcoming to the Oilers. Looks like Horkoff's going to go off for hooking, but here comes Sakic the other way. Hall, he took a big hit from Brewer. Physicality here in the first period, very evident. Horkoff going to go off 2 minutes for hooking in the red-hot penalty kill of the Ducks, and head coach Craig McTavish is going to come out here to keep this a one-goal game. Stoll, Sakic on the draw. Sakic easily wins it, finds his way to the net, but Markkanen can get that puck before he can shoot it. Stoll wins the draw. Takes a bit of a bump, but he'll find his way out. Stoll, shot on. Abisher, easy stop, and he's going to play it out. Make sure that the Avs get back down the other way. Here's Sakic, scores! Hayduk with the feed, and Sakic finds the net for his third of the season. Scoreless in his last four. Gets back in the goal column there. A power play marker as the Avalanche take a 1-0 lead in the first. Mikulichin on the draw against Nedved. He wins it. He'll win it forward. He loves doing that play. Nedved the other way. Big hit. Peter Nedved took one there. Mikulichin. Shot patted away by Markman. Steos finds Dvorak entering the zone. Radek Dvorak finds his way to the net. Oh, Torres there gets the backhander off, and a great stop by David Avisher. Sakic and Tanguay back the other way. Big hit. Play there. Didn't get through. Blake the other way. Blake stopping up for an outlet. Misses Sakic with the pass. York. Smith. On the wing coming in. Takes that hit from Blake. Massive hits all over the ice. The Oilers are going to get that puck and bring it out the way back. Here comes Smith into the zone. He's run up by Blake again. Final minute of the first period. Horkoff going to dump it around the boards. Picked up there by Cross. Corey Cross looking to center it. He couldn't find anybody. A jumbled puck, and that'll do it for the first. Sakic's power play marker, the difference, as the Avs take a 1-0 lead into the first break.
Then enter our annual Search for the Stars contest at Guest Services.
Shot 6-3 in that first period for the Avalanche. 1-0 the score. A big first period for the Avalanche after a rough showing in their last game against the Mighty Ducks. Comes Forsberg back the other way. Finds Roosevelt at the point, back to Forsberg to Solani. Maybe one pass too many as Markin easily makes that stop. On the draw, Sakic, he'll win it. Gets his way to the net. Markkanen makes a great stop there off of Sakic. Sakic wins that draw. He works his way to the front of the net again. There's Blake with a slap shot. That's glove. No traffic in front for Blake on that one. Sakic and Nedved. Sakic 3 draw wins in a row there. Hayduk passed through, blocked by Corey Cross. Nedved's going to bring it the other way as Blake steps into him again. And a penalty upcoming to the Oilers. Sakic into the zone. He's checked, loses the puck. And Rafi Torres is going to head off for hooking. The Colorado Avalanche, who are already 1 for 1 on the night, coming back out. Jared Stoll's going to win that draw. Ethan Morrow, his penalty kill partner. Blake finding Foot. Foot back in, takes that big hit from Brewer. Stoll coming back the other way for the Oilers, looking to get an opportunity here. Avisher intercepts that pass and plays it out to Hayduk. Milan Hayduk had an assist on the Sakic goal earlier in the first period. Oh, and a nice chance there from Hayduk trying to tuck that puck in, but a great stop by Markkanen. Stole the other way. He's checked off as Rob Blake, who was physically pretty absent against the Ducks the other night. Oh, and there's a chance. Solani. Great stop as Ulanov is going to bring it back the other way. Ulanov takes a hit there from Korea. Forsberg. Final 30 seconds of this power play advantage. Forsberg. Again on the half boards. Finds Solani down low. Solani's wraparound chance stopped by Markkanen. Ossi Vannanen bringing it back the other way. Vannanen finds Forsberg in front. Stopped by Markkanen as he's had a hell of a penalty kill here Jason York bringing it the other way. He takes a hit, loses the puck, turns it over, and Solani's back the other way as we return to even strength. Solani, shot, stop, Korea, chance again. Markkanen standing on his head here in the second period, keeping his team in it. Torres out of the box, takes a big hit there, turns it over, and Forsberg's back in. Forsberg bumped off the puck. Corey Cross is going to retrieve it, though, and lead the breakout for the Oilers. His pass went off a foot of Hall. Here's Torres. The hits all over the place. Physical game here. Chris Gradden finds Blake. Blake is going to turn it over, and Gradden will retrieve it in the neutral zone. Gradden takes a big hit. The physicality on display so far tonight. York. Back in. Abisher let it out. 2-3 chances, and Abisher standing tall on all of them, and he'll get the puck. Taking a look at those numbers for Rob Blake. 2 points, a goal and an assist on the season. The big one, 36 hits. One of the most physical players in hockey. Averaging just over 6 hits per game right now. George Larocque. Back in, finds Stoll, back door. Larocque's shot stopped as well. Abisher looking phenomenal as we got a goaltender's duel here in the second period. Vondanen, Mikulishin, shot way wide. Scratchton's at the point, retrieves it. One too many passes as Barnaby couldn't receive that one from Svatos. He plays it over to Mikulishin, though, back into the zone. Svatos, Mikulishin, shot stopped. Markkanen stops 2. 6 minutes to go in the second as the pace continues to pick up. Here's Morrow, shot stopped by Abisher back the other way. Svatos takes a big hit there. Ramulinov that time as Torres back the other way. Rafi Torres. Pass broken up. He still has it, but it's offside as the puck comes out of the zone. A physical hockey game here in the second period, continuing to pick up and some chances either way, but the goaltenders, so far the story of the game. Sakic wins that draw, brings it into the zone. His pass back finds nobody. It's going to come all the way back down to the Colorado end. Tange will be there to retrieve it. Alex Tange. Stops up, looking for an outlet, finds Sakic. Sakic was looking back. And there, and almost on the goal line as Jussi Markkanen pulls that one off. Nedved and Forsberg on the face-off. Nedved's going to win it. Come out with the minute left in the second period. He'll lose it to Lyles, though. Maybe one last chance for the Avalanche here. Here comes Solani, stood up by Torres. Torres bringing it out. Maybe one last chance for the Oilers, rather. Shots, maybe from Dvorak. No, he won't get it off. He's checked by Roosevelt. And a flurry of a second period comes to an end. The goaltender standing tall, but Sakic's one goal is the difference still in the game on the power play in the first period. Third period, coming right up. The third period is set to go, a physical affair, a goaltender's duel. Sakic's lone first period marker. The difference so far is he takes a big hit in the zone. Here comes York. He's hooked away by Hayduk, rather. Ooh, that one almost turned over. Tange shoving it into Abisher's pad, so he'll hold that one. Forsberg and Nedved. Forsberg winning that draw. Finds Paul Kariya on his wing. The second line of the Avalanche. Nedved. Back out the other way. Nedved takes a hit there from Dvorak. Torres into the corner. Turns it over. Forsberg the other way. Forsberg. Shot. Sharp angle. Stopped easily by Markkanen. Torres. Coming back in for Edmonton. Looking for an outlet. Finds Corey Cross. Back in front to Dvorak. A great stop there by Abisher. Cleared out immediately by Paul Kariya. As a big hit there, taking both guys out. Forsberg and Steos as Nedved the other way. Takes a shot. A great pad stop by Abisher. Back in front, Torres. Another stop by Abisher, and he plays it out. He wants to keep the momentum moving. Forsberg dumping it in. Corey Cross. Back to retrieve. Finds Horkoff speeding through. Horkoff shot. Gloved away. Back out in front. York, a sharp angle backhander, almost got through Abisher, but he stops that one and holds. Rob Blake, his physical presence all over the ice in this one. 12:24 to go. Nikolitin on the draw. He won it forward, as he likes to do. Nikolitin finds Barnaby. Barnaby can't get the shot away. A weak one there, and Markkanen will hold. Sakic wins the draw. Finds Hayduk, shot. Sakic got that one away. There's Sakic again. He can't get that one away, though. Great checking by Edmonton, keeping themselves in this game. Smith, he was shoved off. Hayduk finds Sakic into the zone. Sakic looking for a pass. Maybe. Stood up. Hayduk back the other way. Turns and fires that one. It's blockered away by Markkanen. As Ryan Smith, the leading point getter for the Oilers, back the other way. Looking for an outlet. Looking back door there for York. Can't find him. There's York and Horkoff. 2 chances. Abisher is going to play it out as his strong game continues. Brewer, oh, what a hit. And a penalty upcoming. 7 minutes to go in the third, as Tanguay is going to go off for hooking. So the weak power play of the Edmonton Oilers, with an opportunity to get themselves tied up in this game, is going to have to work their way through their troubles early on in this season. Nikolitin won that draw. A weird win on that draw, though. Solani, great moves. Pushed aside by Brewer as Dvorak leads the charge out for the Oilers as they look to set up in the zone. Dvorak stops up, finds Brewer at the point. Passes are jumbled there. The backhander got onto Abisher. He made the stop. That puck dropped back into the Edmonton zone. The speedy defender, Marc-Andre Bergeron. Bergeron back the other way. Shot stopped as Abisher continues to have a strong game. Minute left on the power play. Nikolitin up there takes a big hit from Steve Steos, rather. So he's had a strong physical game as well. There's Torres. His backhander stopped just wide. Then another one, a 10-bell chance. Torres in front and a glove stop from David Abisher. Both goalies have been phenomenal in this one. Horkoff off the draw, looking for the shot. He can't get it. York. Tuck that one in on his backhand. Forsberg will come back the other way. 30 seconds to go in the Edmonton power play. Here's Forsberg and Hayduk combining for a shorthanded chance. Turned away by Markkanen. Steos. Steos finds York. Horkoff back there. It's broken up. Blake finds Hayduk. Forsberg as the penalty expires. Tanguay out of the box. Here's Hayduk back in front. Oh, tipped on in. There's a few chances here. Vonnegut another one as Markkanen standing tall. Abisher's going to play it out. 3 minutes to go in the third. Forsberg entering his way into the zone. He takes a big hit from Smith. Smith back in front, finds York. A hook from Michael Roosevelt. And the Oilers, with their third opportunity of the night on the power play. Joel Quenneville's going to argue the call for his side. To no avail. 2:13 in the third. Nikolitin dumps it in. Well, maybe the last chance here for the Oilers. They might get Markkanen rather, out of the net as well for a 6-on-4 advantage at some point. Nikolitin. Back the other way. Shot. Blockered away by Markkanen. Dvorak. Finds Bergeron. He finds Brewer. Brewer slap shot. Blocked by Solani. Nikolitin. And Solani the other way. Nikolitin's shot. That's wide of the net. Minute 20 to go here in the third period. Stops up. Looks for an outlet. Nedved below the net. There goes Markkanen to the net, but here comes Solani. Solani takes a big hit from Ryan Smith. That's not what we usually see out of Ryan Smith. Nedved in the corner. Dvorak behind the net. Nedved again. 2-3 chances. That one's blocked by Solani. Scratchtons. 45 seconds to go in the period. Here comes Nikolitin. Can he get a shot off and passes it over, but it is offside. Solani would have had a wide open net on that one. Into no avail. 44.4 to go in the period. 31 seconds remain on the power play. Markkanen back in the net. Here's Solani behind the net. Turns it over. Smith. Coming back the other way. Markkanen back to the net. It's turned over though. Foot. Solani. On the first shot, he's hit. Can't get it away. Nikolitin turns, fires. That's offside. 23 seconds to go. Just 10 remaining on the power play. The Oilers need to win a draw. Likely get Markkanen back out of the net and get themselves some opportunities here. Nikolitin wins it forward though. Turned right over. Solani again. Back and forth. The turnovers go. Foot. In front. Nikolitin a shot. Markkanen's going to play it out. Maybe one last chance for Markkanen to get to the bench. It's turned over again. Nikolitin shot stopped by Markkanen. And the Oilers are going to run out of time. A 1-0 victory for the Colorado Avalanche. A shutout for David Abisher, who wins the goaltender's duel and Sakic's first period power play marker. The difference as the Avalanche get themselves back into the win column with a 1-0 victory. Our 3 stars, Sakic, the captain, the goal scorer, the game winner. Jussi Markkanen, of course, absolutely should get his due tonight. He was fantastic, stopping 23-24. And for David Abisher, he stops all 22 he faces in this one for a 1-0 shutout. Thank you for joining us. A physical, back-and-forth goaltenders duel of a hockey game. A fantastic display and a fantastic performance from both goalies. But the Avalanche come out 1-0. They win tonight. Thanks for joining us. That was a fun game, honestly. That was probably the best one so far, I think, of the series. 6 games in so far. That was awesome. I wasn't expecting like a goaltender's duel in that one. I thought we would pretty much beat the crap out of Edmonton. But Markkanen was so good in that. Same with Abisher. Both guys were making some really good saves in that one. I hope we get more games like that. With me changing the strategies around a little bit. Hopefully a little bit more defense gets played, because as much as, big high goal scoring games are, I think those are better. I think these defensive 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 victories are so much better to commentate. They're a lot more exciting to deal with, that's for sure. And as we come out of the game here, what's hot on the ice? Avalanche shutout Edmonton Oilers. I love the little, newspapers feature thing here. It's really, it just, it makes it feel like every game is an event. It's just nice. I love these old game modes. So again, coming out of that game, it doesn't appear any hot streaks or cold streaks have been started or stopped. It's a very solid start for us, but very much a interesting matchup coming up for us in the next episode against the Phoenix Coyotes. Let's take a look at our mail and see what we got. Maybe probably not a whole lot of anything here. So we got current streaks. It doesn't look like we actually have any cold streaks or hot streaks. Oh no, Riku Hall is on a cold streak, so I guess that was out of the last episode, or the last game, I should say. And it also looks like our hot streaks are gone for now. Injury summary around the league. Let's see, anybody out for a really long time? It's like Lyle Odeline, the biggest one there, December 10th for his return. A trade summary. So we got a few here, or a couple here, by the looks of it. Yep. So check this out. We've got one that's really wacky here. Let's start off with the Rangers and the Red Wings. A couple of original 6 clubs are making a deal. Matthew Schneider, one of the bigger... wow, this is a really weird trade. I feel like the logic's a bit flawed in this game for trading. So they swap 4th round picks. Fair enough. The Rangers were usually a little bit worse, but Detroit was a little bit better at this time. So Detroit taking the worst pick. But it seems like New York just handedly wins this trade. Like Dan Blackburn, I believe, is a backup goaltender at best. And Matthew Schneider's a pretty damn good D-man in this game. So maybe I'll take a look at that afterwards. And another big trade here, Lubomir Visnovsky and a 2nd round draft pick heading to the Canucks for one of the Sedin twins. So that's weird. And a 3rd. So they swapped 2nd and 3rd round picks. It's strange to me that the Canucks would trade one Sedin twin and not the other. But yikes. We'll go take a look at some of those trades, you know, how they break down. A couple of minor free agent signings there as well. But let's go take a look at, you know, those deals, because those are some wacky deals. So Visnovsky's an 83 overall defenseman. Makes some sense there that they'd want to get a player like that. Well, let's take a look at LA and see what they got in this one of the Sedins there. Sedin's an 83 as well, so that's a really strange trade, especially considering that, you know, he's 23 years old. I think Visnovsky's pretty much older, I should say. Not by much, but a decent amount. But the one I'm going to say is probably the weirdest is, let's take a look at the deal that the Rangers and the Red Wings made. Matthew Schneider, an 89 overall. Now, he is 35. He's toward the end of his career. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Which, Jesus, if you just look at this frickin' this Rangers team. Tom Bodie is like their young gun on this lineup. Maybe Thomas Puck. This is nuts. Their team is so old at this time, dude. Also, I'm looking at Schneider, and technically he has 2 years left because this thing doesn't expire until next year. Because when guys are expiring, they say 0 instead of 1. But yeah, so Schneider signed beyond this season. That's a strange one. I'm going to take a look at Detroit real quick and see what they got in Blackburn. I'm pretty sure he's did I just see that correct? Okay, he's an 81. Not bad. Don't know why they need him, though. They have Joseph, they have Legacy. What's the point in bringing in another goalie unless... do we have potential? 66, okay. So, what's Blackburn's potential? 91. So that might be why the Detroit Red Wings were willing to do that deal. It's because he's a 91 potential, so Dan Blackburn must have been some sort of really high-touted goalie prospect at this time. So that makes sense. That makes sense why they would do that deal. They want to get a young goalie in because these two goalies are probably going to be gone, especially Curtis Joseph. And Dan Blackburn is probably the future in net. So for us, taking a look at the calendar, we don't have any back-to-back games or anything like that for a little while here. So this next stretch of games is probably going to be all David Abishers. We play Minnesota twice in here. We play the Canucks at the end of the month. All big games. Probably none more so than the Canucks matchup. That's a big one. But as we preview, the Phoenix Coyotes are sitting 11th in the NHL, 6th in the conference. We are sitting 1st in the conference, 1st in the division. A fantastic spot for us to be in so far. Our penalty kill is climbing up a little bit, especially after killing off those 3 against the Oilers. Power play's clicking very well. And otherwise, we've got pretty much... Actually, so far so good for the Coyotes goaltending situation. As we take a look at our Brian Boucher. This was right around the time Boucher was having some ridiculous shutout streaks in his life. This is stuff a legend still, but Boucher is a considerably worse goaltender than Abisher. Hopefully we get a good win out of this one as well, but Abisher's going to be back in. He's had a stellar start to the season, and hopefully keep up that momentum for us. I just gave a quick check on Abisher's stats after having that big 22 save shutout, and his save percentage is now at a 917, so that's fantastic for him that it's coming up that way. Hopefully that continues to, stay around there, stay around the 9-10 range or something like that. With us changing our strategies, I found that helped a lot. We didn't give up many chances directly in front of the net, and I didn't find that the defense was, scurrying away as much. That was a problem in the Ducks game from last episode. Was the defense were just nowhere to be found in front. It was easy goals every time. That game looked a lot better. So hopefully we're going to keep up that method of doing things, and hopefully it keeps resulting in some good wins for us. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell if you want these videos as soon as they upload. And as always, guys, I'm going to catch you on the next one.